Episode 15, The Luck of New Beginnings. "Madam, I'm scared," Jenny whimpered. Aya was glaring at her from across the room, dead serious, while sitting at her desk at work. Even Sakura, Aya's mother, glanced over from her side of the office, eyebrows raised. Something was definitely off with her daughter today. Aya leaned forward, staring intensely. "Why?" she asked. Jenny blinked, confused. "Why what? Why does it feel like Lady Luck herself is living inside you?" Jenny nearly jumped. What? "I have no idea, madam, I swear," she wailed. Aya narrowed her eyes and stroked her chin, deep in thought. "Suspicious." Jenny shrank in her seat, overwhelmed. Then something clicked in Aya's brain. Her eyes lit up. Her lips curled into a slowly growing grin, one that reached almost ear to ear. A devious idea had bloomed. If she could harness Jenny's unnatural luck, their team could win every local tournament. No, every national gold. "Madam, your face." Jenny squeaked. "You're making that face." Aya stood up dramatically. "You know what?" she declared. "Join our group. Alex and Geneva will, no, wait, forget training. If we touch whatever luck you've got, it might vanish." Jenny looked around in panic, desperate for help. But it was too late. "Okay, madam. I'll join," she replied quietly. Aya grinned in satisfaction. Mission accomplished. Aya and Jenny made their way to the Taphouse for what Aya proudly dubbed an initiation session. Really, she just wanted another chance to defeat Jenny's unstoppable luck. But what Aya didn't realize was that today was different. Today was special. "Hi, Master." Aya greeted Kenta with a wide, confident smile as they entered. Kenta gave a polite nod, but his tone was more serious than usual. "Hey, you've got visitors. They're waiting inside, with Alex and, well, pretty much everyone else." Aya raised an eyebrow. "Visitors? Media?" Her mind began spinning. "Am I famous now?" She instinctively reached up, adjusting her hair and touching her face as if prepping for a camera. But Kenta sighed and shook his head. "They said they're Alex's parents." Silence. Aya froze. Completely. Jenny slowly turned to look at her. "You should have led with that." Aya yelled, throwing her hands up in panic. "I knew it. That voice, it's Aya," a woman's voice called out nearby. Aya froze in place. She had been planning a quick, strategic retreat. The idea of meeting Alex's parents before he did made her break out in nervous sweat. But, too late. Busted mid-sneak, she slowly turned her head to face the voice. "Hi, Aunt Veronica. How are you?" Aya said, forcing a polite smile. Veronica, Kenta, and Jenny all broke into awkward silence, each one sporting a visible sweat drop like in a bad sitcom scene. Then, "Mom," came a voice from behind. Alex burst into the room, just as startled as Aya. "Oh, hello, sweetie pie," Veronica cooed, immediately swooping in to hug him and plant a kiss on his cheek. Alex quickly leaned back, trying to fend her off. Mum, not here." "Piffed?" Aya nearly choked, holding back a laugh. Alex glanced at her sharply, only to catch her immediately turning her head the other way, trying, and failing, to look innocent. Just then, Terence, Geneva, and Big Mike arrived behind him, curious about the noise. "Hello everyone," Veronica said cheerfully, now clinging to Alex's shoulder like a proud stage mom. And right on cue, another voice joined in. "Good. "Looks like everyone's here," said Keitaro, Alex's father, walking in with a calm smile. Inside the Taphouse's VIP room, the group settled in, with Kenta joining them as well. Keitaro stood up calmly. "Now that everyone's here, I'd like to discuss something important." "What is it, Dad?" Alex asked. Meanwhile, Jenny leaned over and whispered, "Why am I even here?" Aya grinned. "Just listen. Welcome to the club." "Wait, what? That's it? No tryout?" Jenny whispered back. "Nope. Nada. Nothing," Aya replied, smug as ever. Keitaro continued. "Basically, anyone with a low ranking must join the Hawaii tournament. If you want to qualify for the Montreal Open, this is your shot." "Wait, what?" Aya blurted out, completely lost. Geneva shot her a look. "Weren't listening again, were you?" "I listened. I mean, listen?" Aya flailed. Before things spiraled, Terence leaned forward. "Hold up. While Aya's having a moment, why is she here again?" he asked, nodding at Jenny. "Oh yeah," Geneva added, raising an eyebrow. "Now that you mention it." "Wait, nobody noticed." Aya yelled, standing up. "Ahem. For your information, she's the newest member of this elite club," Aya announced proudly, pointing at Jenny. The room went silent for a beat. Then, the group exploded. "Good call, Aya. She's the embodiment of Lady Luck." Terence cheered. "Yup. The only one who beat both you and Geneva in one night," Big Mike added, nodding. At this point, Keitaro and Veronica looked at each other, both visibly confused. "Are we still talking about snooker?" Keitaro muttered. Jenny, completely overwhelmed, puffed out her cheeks at the chaos unfolding around her. But as the laughter died down, the meeting finally wrapped up with an agreement. Anyone not yet qualified for the Montreal Open would join the Hawaii Games. A new challenge was on the horizon. That evening, Veronica and Keitaro paid a visit to their best friend's home. Alongside them were Kenta, Alex, and Aya, all heading back to Aya's house together. "I think we should grab some decent food on the way, Master," Aya suggested, checking her phone. Kenta nodded. "Yeah, we probably should. It'll have to be a quick turnaround though, your place is deep inside King Township, and man, restaurants are nowhere nearby." "What?" Aya snapped, spinning toward him. "Are you saying our place isn't nice, Who? Kenta just laughed and gently turned her head away with one hand. No, I meant the distance, not the aesthetics. Your house is great. Really. Trust me." Aya smirked. "You better. You are officially the guest who comes and goes as he pleases." They both grinned. Meanwhile, Veronica and Keitaro quietly exchanged glances. Watching the laughter, the banter, and the comfort everyone felt. They could clearly see it. Sakura had found a good life here. Tears welled up in the eyes of both Sakura and her best friends. After so many years, they were finally reunited, face to face. A moment they never thought they'd see again. But thanks to Alex, Billiards, and maybe a little twist of destiny, their circle had come alive once more. And a new chapter was beginning. Sakura held onto Kenta tightly, her emotions pouring out as she proudly introduced him to Veronica and Keitaro. Watching the way Aya felt so at ease around Kenta, laughing, relaxed, completely herself, it all became clear to them. This man had done a great job. Not just for Sakura. but for both mother and daughter. Meanwhile, Alex sat nearby, finally at ease. There was no need to be on guard anymore. "Alex, sit still," Aya muttered, brushing crumbs off his shirt. "Stop moving, your bread mess is everywhere." "Sorry," Alex said with a sheepish smile. Wasn't paying attention. Unbeknownst to them, the rest of the room had gone quiet. They were all watching, Veronica, Keitaro, and Kenta. And they were all smiling. Later that evening, while everyone else was resting, Aya wandered over to the living room to watch a show on TV. But through the window, she spotted Alex standing outside alone. Curious, she brought out 2 glasses of hot tea and stepped into the quiet night. "Here," she said softly, handing him one. "What are you doing out here?" Alex took the glass and gave a small nod of thanks. Today felt like the beginning of something again. "I guess I'm just letting it sink in." Aya stood beside him, sipping her tea. "Well, yeah. We welcomed a new member, your parents arrived, and now we're headed to Hawaii for a tournament. And on top of that, the high hopes of making it to the Montreal Open." They stood in silence for a moment, the stillness of the night wrapping around them. In no time, Aya said, breaking the quiet with a smile. "Who?" Alex turned to her. "In no time, I'll reach where you are," she said, her smile widening. Alex chuckled. "Well, first you've got to beat Geneva. You're still the second placer, remember?" They both laughed quietly as the full moon glowed brightly above, casting a soft light over the garden. Unbeknownst to them, Sakura, Kenta, Veronica, and Keitaro were watching from inside the house. They exchanged knowing smiles, quietly enjoying the moment unfolding before them. Veronica grinned and gave a little wiggle of excitement. "Well, there's always a chance, in-laws, maybe," she whispered with a playful glint in her eyes. Everyone stifled their laughter as they watched the scene outside. The night passed slowly, warm, sweet, and filled with silent promises. To be continued. See you next time.